Alright, what's going on, guys? So today we're going to be having a little fun and discussing the possibility of Dark Souls 4. Now, obviously we still have Elden Ring to come out before Dark Souls 4, but we're just going to be going over the speculation and the possibility of the franchise still continuing after Dark Souls 3. If you like to keep up with the lore, then you know Dark Souls 3 brought a pretty good conclusion to the series, and a lot of people don't think there should be a Dark Souls 4, because there's not a lot of room left in the story to continue it. I still think there's plenty of room to explore in the Dark Souls universe, kind of like Dark Souls 2 did with kind of a spin-off storyline. I think that's a very big possibility for what Dark Souls 4 will be. There's so many unexplored lands in different parts of the universe that have not been touched on in the game, aside from just a little mention here and there in the lore. So we've got a good amount of material to work with when it comes to making a new game set in the Dark Souls universe. And we know time is really convoluted in this universe, so we can always go back in time and explore different places around the world before they've been hit with the curse or destroyed altogether. So before we dive into the possibility of this game coming out from FromSoftware, go ahead and hit that subscribe button if you're not already to keep up with Dark Souls 4 news, Elden Ring news, and just some fun videos about the Souls games. Alright, so where does FromSoftware stand in terms of making a Dark Souls 4? If you keep up with Miyazaki, you know how passionate he is about these games and how much he loves them. So he is on record stating that the Dark Souls series will not end at Dark Souls 3, so if you're looking forward to Dark Souls 4, that is probably the best news you will ever hear. Now when it comes to like a time frame of when we might see Dark Souls 4, it definitely won't be next year, and it probably won't be the year after that. So then why would we even be talking about this? That's because now that the storyline is finished with Dark Souls 3, there's so much more room to explore in the Dark Souls universe, and that gives such amazing possibilities to what the next game could be. So I wanted to go through this article titled Dark Souls 4 Could Be Nothing Like the Past Games by Game Rant, and just kind of read and discuss all the things they talk about in this. So let's get into it. The article starts by saying, while no news of Dark Souls 4 has yet been officially released by FromSoftware, it's hard to imagine that the developer will never make a fourth entry, especially since Hidetaka Miyazaki has explicitly stated that he isn't done with the series. However, Dark Souls 3 practically perfected the formula, and both Sekiro and Elden Ring suggest that FromSoftware and its head Miyazaki are happy to take time and experiment with new and different ideas. If and when there is another Dark Souls game, it will still almost certainly look very different to the trilogy everyone knows and loves. And as I was saying before, I do believe that this is going to be a very different game than what we're used to. We've seen Dark Souls evolve with each title, adding new features and kind of taking things away and improving on concerns that the community had with the past game. And it is very clear that Miyazaki and FromSoftware want to explore new areas for the series to go in. I mean, we've seen it with Bloodborne, we've seen it with Sekiro, and now Elden Ring is shaping up to be their most ambitious game yet. So I don't think it's any stretch of the mind to assume that Dark Souls 4 is going to be a very different game than Dark Souls 1, 2, or 3. But let's continue the article. It continues saying, the main reason that Dark Souls 4 would have to be a huge step in a new direction for the series is that Dark Souls 3 and its DLCs wrapped up the story of the Dark Souls trilogy in a nice tidy bow. The final DLC, The Ring City, finishes the tale of the Ashen One at the end of the world, and even the base game hints at the end of the world cycle in most of its possible endings. Granted, Dark Souls' timeline is not a closed loop, and there's plenty of room for speculation for any of the possible endings, but no matter what, it's hard to imagine the story of Dark Souls 4 just picking up where 3 left off. Radically new gameplay mechanics are all but guaranteed for a prospective Dark Souls 4, given that it will be a long time before another true Dark Souls game comes out. Both the formula of the genre and video game technology itself will have changed significantly. Already, fast SSDs and other tech improvements are changing how developers will approach open worlds, load gates, and world design, which all have the potential to drastically affect any future FromSoftware game. Of course, the steady progress of the Souls-like formula may be even more significant. And see, that's something we gotta think about too, like, how will new improvements in technology allow FromSoftware to expand in their games? It's almost 99% certain that Elden Ring is gonna be an open world game, and that might be such a hit that people want Dark Souls to be like that. We know because of like the bonfire traveling and stuff like that Dark Souls 3 especially has been more level based than the past entries. And I think a big portion of that was because they wanted to add more densely detailed levels, and so they had to break that up a little bit so that the game would even run in a playable state. I mean, you look at it right now, it doesn't run very well, and that's why a lot of people think it's really due for a remake like Dark Souls 1 and Dark Souls 2 have been. What I'm getting at though is now we have the hardware that will allow them to achieve things that they've always wanted to do but might have been restricted of because of the consoles of the last generation. Just like the cut content of Dark Souls 3 where you could have been able to move bonfires and make your own checkpoints throughout the game, they'll be able to do everything they want and achieve their vision for the game, and it still be able to run on the next-gen consoles. But let's keep reading the article. Just as Dark Souls itself is a series about repetition, cycles, and slow improvement through determination, FromSoftware seems to learn best from their own titles, not just their competition. The best example is the way that Bloodborne had a lot to do with the design of Dark Souls 3. Dark Souls 3's combat was faster, much closer to Bloodborne's pacing, and even many of its enemies and areas shared a slightly eldritch bent with the Lovecraftian horror that Bloodborne did so well. Dark Souls fans are known to have a love for the tried and true mechanics of the series, and changes to the formula are typically met with skepticism. Even so, future Souls games should make major changes. Taking the story in new directions is a must in order for the series to stay interesting, and introducing new mechanics to Dark Souls will only serve to improve on already great formulas. Regardless, the wait for Dark Souls 4 will be a long one, and the absence of such a classic series for so long will only make the hearts of fans grow fonder. See, I totally agree with this. I think it is due time that the Dark Souls series goes in a new direction. Dark Souls 1, 2, and 3 have been very similar games in the way that they're played, and there's nothing wrong with that, but I think Dark Souls 3 relied way too much on callbacks to Dark Souls 1. I liked what Dark Souls 2 did with kind of taking the story in a new direction, and a lot of people overlook that because of the hit or miss gameplay mechanics that made Dark Souls 2 kind of the least favorite out of the three. Dark Souls 2 kind of took it to a more narrative shift than the obscure storyline of Dark Souls 1 and 3, and I think that really helped make the game feel fresh and new and something different, and I really think they'll end up doing something like that with Dark Souls 4. But guys, that's going to pretty much wrap up the video. If you did enjoy, be sure to leave a like on it and subscribe if you're not already, and I'll catch you in the next one.
I let her test drive out in the west side. She get my best side. Girl, I know you see it coming on your timeline. You're just like fine wine. Hit on